Hey guys, I've had some requests on how I do my reformed floral foam that is the little bit different. The green plain blocks that I don't have any powder or anything in. It's just foam and cleaner. So I thought I would do, I just recorded this green block again, so I thought I would do a video for you guys. You can see I've got it broken down pretty finely because I've used this a few times. But basically all that's in here is just plain dry green foam. I get mine usually at the Dollar Tree, sometimes at Walmart, but it's just cheap green dry foam. And then the other thing is just the wet or unsoaked block that's been crumbled down. There's no powders or anything like that in it. Just right now it's just these two foams. I am going to try and do it with Sahara as well, but that's what we're starting with. This has had cleaner in it, liquid cleaner, no, but there's no powders, like no Comet, no baby powder, no anything, just those two foams. And you can do it with just the unsoaked, but I like to add the dry because sometimes you get little pieces that crunch when you crumble it. So all we're going to do is we've got our foam nice and powdery, and then you can take any liquid cleaner you like. I think I will use the blue Fabuloso today, but you can use any liquid cleaner. And I use the liquid cleaner just because you could probably do it with water, but I use the liquid cleaner just so, since I'm not using a Comet or a bleach content, so far I've had good luck using the liquid cleaner and it not molding or getting nasty while I'm waiting for it to dry. Now, just like my other reformed foam that does have the powders like the cleaners and things in it, you don't want to add a lot of water. The more water or liquid cleaner you're going to add, the longer it's going to take to dry. It's not going to hurt anything, but it's just going to take longer and longer to dry. So we're going to start out, since this is quite a bit of foam, we'll start out with just a little bit like that. And then what you're going to do is just mix it in like you would anything else. And you can see there's still little bits. It's not like I sifted this or anything. You absolutely could if you wanted to, but I kind of like the little dry foam pieces. Like I said, the crunch when you crumble it. And that was not enough. See, that's not holding together very well, so we definitely need to add some more. And you'll be able to tell when it's kind of holding together, but I'll show you guys, because you'll want to be able to press it into whatever pan or mold that you're going to use. This time I've been using that little square kind of block mold, but since I added a whole nother block of dry foam to this last time for this crumble that I just did, so I used a bigger pan. And I'll show you. You guys could see it's starting to hold together, but I might add just a little bit more to make sure it presses in the pan really nice and that everything is wet. I won't need much more though. And you will notice it does I don't know if you could see that, but it will kind of get a little soapy. That's okay, because as it dries, you're not gonna see that. I'm just gonna add a dab more. And I'm just going to make sure that everything's wet so it will hold together nice. And so you guys, you could see that that's going to hold together when I press it in the pan, which I'm going to transfer it real quick. Start bringing some of this over. Okay. Now, hang on just a second while I get this out of the bowl. All right. Now, I've just used like a square cake pan, and what I'm going to do is kind of just break this up. And you guys, I love using liquid cleaner also because it smells so good. It's kind of like an air freshener. But you can see I'm just kind of pressing this down. Press it pretty firm because you do want it to hold together. Let me spread this out even. And the way I tell if it's dry, because once this is in the pan, I don't take it out until I'm ready to crush it, because since there's no powders or anything else to hold it together, it is pretty fragile, which you guys can probably tell when I crush these, that it breaks apart really easy. So that's why I press it down pretty hard. And then the way I test it to see if it's dry is by just feeling it. You guys, like, you can tell when you're pressing this down, you can feel that it's still wet. So I just randomly check it and see if it feels like it's getting dry. If the top feels like it's pretty dry, I usually give it, depending on how thick it is especially, I usually give it another day or two, or put it in front of a fan or something. Normally mine just air dry, but you could put it in front of a fan. But you definitely want to make sure it's dry all the way through. But if the top's starting to feel dry, it's probably pretty close. But that's how I tell. Is I just kind of go by feel. And when it feels like it's dry and not got all the moisture in it, then it's ready to go. Okay, so there we have it. You just press it into the pan. And like I said, we're just going to let this air dry until it's ready. And then you'll be ready to crush it. So if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. But that's all I do. I just use whatever foam that you're crushing. Like I said, in this one, it has dry and unsoaked. And then the liquid cleaner. Like I said, this time I use Fabuloso, but you can use any liquid cleaner that you like. And then just let it air dry. And that's all there is to it, guys. It's really simple. I hope this helped you guys. And like I said, if you have questions, let me know.